Here we are, back where we left off previously. I'm going to close this file. I'm not going to save the changes. And let's just have a review by opening up some of the other images in this folder. There we go. I'll press the F key to center the view. I'm going to go to my adjustment layers at the bottom here and choose levels. And there we go. We can clearly see that there's a big problem with this file. There's completely no shadow or black information. The highlights are stopping short. Let's see what auto gives us. A pretty slight improvement, but again there's breaks and gaps all the way along the levels file there, which will result in a very poor quality print. I'm going to hold down the Alt key and you'll notice that the cancel button changes to reset. I'm just going to let go of Alt. You can see it would be cancelled, but with the Alt key held down it changes to reset. I can click and reset the palette. So it's much better to do this manually, just to bring these sliders in. It's very important that all files should use their full tonal range, and there we go with the mid-tone or the gamma slider. You can make an adjustment and click OK. And once you've finished, don't forget you go to the layer menu and choose flatten image, or another way to do that is on the layer itself here on the upper layer, right click and choose flatten image from there. And there we go, you choose file save as to save a copy, or file save to make a change permanent to this file. I'm not going to do that now. I'll close this without saving the changes while we look at some more examples. Let's look at this one. I'll press the F key to center the view there, and we can see it's in pretty dire straits. The blacks are nowhere near black. There should be a nice deep dark black there. So let's go into levels and let's make our adjustments as we have been doing all the way along, and let's make our mid-tone adjustment there. Once again there's the preview button. That's before, that's after. I'm going to hold down the Alt button to change the cancel to reset, so we've reset the file. Just to show you that this eyedropper here, these eyedroppers can be used for two things: color correction and for setting tonal values. And with this one, what we're saying is if we use this black eyedropper to click on something which you know should be black and you want to be black, then you can choose this by switching it on, move the mouse over the image, move it over an area which you know for definite you want black and should be black, click OK, and that's another way of setting the blacks. And the same thing can be done with setting the white point for the highlights. You must be certain of exactly where to find the highlights in the image. Now there is a way of doing that, so I'm not going to talk about that now. That's for another movie, but we can use the white eyedropper to make sure that the highlights, and I've just clicked on what I thought to be the brightest part of the image there, which was this area. So that's another way of setting the black and white points on the image. You may run into trouble by doing it this way if you don't fully understand what you're doing and what these eyedroppers are for. So if you're unsure, just stick to manually adjusting the endpoints with the mouse like that. Once again there's the preview button. That's before, that's after. Click OK. Don't forget to flatten the image. I'll do it from the layers here. I'll right click, choose flatten image, and you would save this off as a copy. I'm not going to do that. I'll close this file without saving the changes, and we'll have a look at one more example. Let's scroll down and take a look at something else. Let's have a look at this one. Pretty awful state, as you can imagine. Let's go into levels and see if we can very easily and quickly sort this out. Let's make the blacks black. Let's get the bright point where it should be, and let's adjust that mid-tone slider down a bit. And you can see with the preview button, that's before, that's after. A huge improvement. I'll click OK. We flatten the image. Don't forget you can right click the mouse here and choose flatten, or you can go to the layer menu and go all the way down to the bottom and choose flatten image. File save or file save as to make a copy. I'm going to leave that here, and I'm sure you'll find that short introduction to using the layers palette very useful for sorting out and checking and fixing the contrast content of your files.